Hello everyone, it is me, Liam Squack, and can you believe it? We're back for another episode of Planet Coaster. I am loving this series to bits. This park, I've got plenty of ideas for it, and today we are building one of them. Last episode I talked a little bit about doing a log flume down here, and that is exactly what I'm doing now. When I built the roller coaster a couple episodes ago, I did not do it on camera, and right now you are going to learn why. I am rubbish at building rides, literally so bad. This is painful to watch. I mean, is it just me that struggles with it so much? I can never get it to connect up right, and I can just never do it right. Anyway, I do eventually end up with a layout. They end up sinking into the ground, but well, we're still going to work on it actually. I changed my mind. But yeah, I wanted to get the drop in view so that you could see, you know, it's good to see the splash when you do these log flumes, and so that is exactly what I've done. There we go. I seem happy enough with that for now, so we're going to get to decorating it as well. This is in the fantasy themed area of our theme park, in line with the other couple of episodes that we've done on this area. So we're going for a vague fantasy theme again, nothing major, but still some good, you know, some good rock work and some fantasy trees, which I'll put in just a second. Yeah, so I've just put in this kind of dark, evil tree, supposed to be. And it actually, this episode's kind of timed itself well with the sorcery pack. And so I do use a couple of those pieces later on in this video. And then I'll put another tree in a little bit later. And then we're trying to get the pathing to work here. I still kind of want to do a little cafe restaurant around here, because I have a pretty nice idea for that. So I'm just trying to get the way for it to work best. But again, I'm just, you know, I'm starting to realise I'm just not that good at this game, because I can't do pathing and I can't do rides. At least I can place some theming down. I'm not necessarily good at it, but I'm better than rides and pathing. I mean, come on. But yeah, sorry to disappoint, it's not a massive drop on this log flume here, and that's for a couple of reasons. One of them being it's right at the front of the park, and obviously if we put a giant drop in right away, it's going to sort of ruin the skyline. I think later on I'd want some pretty tall rides, maybe a drop tower, something like that, to draw the eye. But if we do it here, it's going to sort of ruin that sightline, the skyline really. And also the fantasy area has sort of become more family oriented by total accident. The spinning coaster's family, and then there's a chair-a-plane ride, and so I thought, yeah, a little drop makes sense, but there's still a mighty splash at the end of this ride, don't worry about that. Okay, so we're going to look at some more of the theming. I always sort of struggle to decide how to do theming properly. I don't know when it reaches over the top. I don't think this is necessarily over the top. I think the trees are maybe a bit ridiculous, but a lot of this is just planting, just trees, just rocks. And you'll see me put in the path in here for the queue path. I'm always stuck. I never know how long to make queue paths, and it's sort of hard to tell, because if I open the park at the minute, all of the queues are going to be full. It's always hard to know how guests are going to spread out, and a lot of the time the log flume does have a long queue, so I made sure that this one doubled around perfectly, though it does get a bit confusing with the chair-a-plane path actually, and so you sort of have to separate those, and I'm just putting a bit of hedging in just to sort of separate the two. But yes, anyway, we're going to put some more of this fencing in. I like this fencing, it is a nice colour. And then you'll watch me put in you ready for it? It's going to come in a minute. There you go, a swinging pirate ship ride. I think the next area is the pirate area down there. It's something I want to work on, and so yeah, I've put that in as sort of just just a reminder, you know, a visual that will help me remember what I want to do. And so anyway, I am doing a little bit more, so I'll let you listen to some of that nice music while I do my rock work and all of my scenery. Okie dokie, on to some proper building then. So yeah, I'm building a little station. I wasn't planning on building a station in this episode. Like I said, I was going to split it into two, but once we got the little wooden barrier around the exit of the ride, I thought, yeah, let's start a little wooden station. I was sort of inspired, so I've started building that here. I'm relatively happy with it. It's just a small little thing. I think a lot of log flumes do sort of have this, you know, pretty basic roof, you know, nothing spectacular, unless you're chap-ass, then it's just a totally different question, isn't it, in that case. Anyway, we have got a good bit of building done there. I am ready now to cut to the real time, so I will see you all there in just a couple seconds. Okay then, here we are. I've only done a couple finishing touches really, because I'm going to do more work on this later, I think. Like, I kind of want a sign here out the front, because we need a name for the ride. I want to do more in the station, obviously, and the queue line is a little bit bare. We need some bushes and things like that. But I want to decide what I'm doing with the rest of this area first, because I was thinking, you'll see here the ship, I was thinking over here we start maybe a little pirate area, and then I kind of want a restaurant up here, like a little cafe thing. So I'm going to have to think about it, because I don't really have it planned out just yet, which is fine. But I am pretty happy with this ride. It is short and it is small, and the drop isn't huge. But I'm still pretty excited about it. I like the way it nestles in here. It's quite unassuming, but then you come around here and you still get the good view of the drop, which I think is kind of like a marquee thing with the log flumes, right? You see that, you know, you think, oh, straight away, that is a log flume that I want to go on. Then you come around here. I'm pretty happy with what I've done here. I did the sort of good tree and the evil tree, and that's sort of a running theme throughout. Obviously, we're still in this fantasy area over here with this that we did last episode. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a fantasy themed area. So we sort of have this, you know, good and evil type thing, but it is very vague theming, you know. There's not really any specific theme to this. I've not got a lot to say about it, to be honest. It's been, I don't know, it might end up being a bit of a longer episode than usual, just because it feels like I've been doing this for a while. I was going to split it into 2, but I decided against it. But it's just little things like this that I'm pretty happy with, but I still need to finish. But it's really just what we're going to do with everything else. In terms of what we're doing next, I want to go up here and start something, and I want to go down here and start something. But also I'm trying to think about some way of transportation in here, so I might get the cable cars in here next, and then a little gift shop. So yeah, I've got lots of ideas for this theme park. I just need a way to get it all done. But yeah, this is the way. So if you look here, it starts blending in here, and you see the new decoration that I've added, and then you see the trees. It sort of blends in, but it still gives that space for if we build something big down there. And you can see here when you're walking in the entrance, the swinging pirate ship ride as well, which I'll probably keep. And then if you go down here as well, you can still see it. I might change this so it's a bit duller, probably. Let's see. I'd probably go grey for this one. I know that's a little bit boring, really, but it probably just makes more sense, to be honest, because you wouldn't really see a bright blue log flume because it wouldn't stay blue for very long. But I don't know, I'll probably change it up a bit anyway, because we've got lots of more work to do on this theme park. But anyway, I'll let you have a ride POV because we've got a secret in here that I'm not going to tell you about. So yes, let's go on the ride POV. But anyway, I will let you do that and then I'll leave you. So thank you all very much for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.